Husbands need sex. Let me say it one more time. Husbands need sex. They don't just want sex. They need sex. Because when a man signs up for marriage, a committed monogamous marriage that is, they're telling the whole world, including their partner, they're only going to have sex with this one person for the rest of their life. All of the billions of people on the planet, they're saying before God, I'm only going to have sex with this one person. It's not just the physical act of sex. It's the connection. It's the ultimate desired feeling of being wanted by another person. The person that you sign up to be with. When sex is rejected or denied, at that point, men can develop resentment. They can develop feelings of not being wanted or appreciated. And I'm talking about sex in the context of a healthy relationship. I'm not talking about a husband desiring sex in an abusive fashion or nature. And husbands need good sex. I'm not talking about that pity sex. I'm not talking about the chore sex. I'm not talking about the I'm doing it for you as a favor sex. I'm talking about that desired I want you sex. That's the type of sex that husbands need. And if a husband needs that level of sex or that type of sex, then it's up to the partner to help the husband understand what he needs to do to create that environment for that type of sex. Does that look like picking up around the house more? Does that look like taking off pressures when it comes to child rearing? Does that look like the husband making more money to provide? Does it look like the husband providing more emotional support, deeper conversations? What does that look like? A man who is in love with his wife doesn't care what he needs to do to have more sex. Let him know and he'll do it. I promise you, let him know what he needs to do. Tell him that it's an association with creating a space to have more sex, and he's going to do it. But if he feels like all of that is being done and he's not getting the reward of connection, because we got to reframe it. It's no longer sex. It's now connection. So if the man feels like I'm doing all these things, I'm picking up extra weight, and I'm still not able to get the connection that I desire, he's not going to want to continue to do the task. And I hear you guys out there listening to this, and I know a lot of times in therapy, women, for that matter, will tell me, they'll say, well, Chris, it's my body. I want it to be special. It should just happen. No, nothing just happens, especially when you have a job and children and you're managing a household, friends, and all the other things we have going on in life. Nothing just happens. Sex doesn't just happen. So if you desire to gain more closeness and intimacy from your husband, then let him know what you need. And when he provides those things, provide him with more sex. Once again, recap, not pity sex. I'm talking about taking the opportunity to go find some lingerie if your man's into that. I'm talking about making sure that you've shaved and you've prepared your body. I'm talking about being in a position to create the environment you need. If you need to be warmed up emotionally, then create the environment. Make sure you plan the babysitter and have the environment ready to go so you can give him the experience and you can enjoy it too.